recording?
Yeah, but I'm not using visuals on my face.
I'm using your visuals because you're beautiful as fuck.
Dude, no, my fucking background looks like shit. No.
Dude, you're fine. Look at my background.
No, it needs to look pretty. I want to be pretty.
All right. So, hello, I'm Hugh. This is Keelan. Yeah, that guy over there. Yeah.
Hello.
So, basically, where this idea came from, dude, is today I realized that I'm not fucking okay. So, gonna try and talk through some stuff, hang out with you, Keelan, and just chill and chat for a little bit, alright?
Yeah.
Alright, dude. So, tomorrow, guess what day it is?
No idea.
7 years ago, I got medically separated, dude.
Jesus, it's been that long already.
It's been 7 freaking years. Yeah.
7 years.
It's ridiculous, right?
Do you feel old? Do you
Dude,
feel old?
I do feel old. I turned 31. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
This month, every single year, as you've known in the past, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten fucking wasted all the time because, depression sets in. Yeah.
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 I think 2 of those times I was also a part of that, getting
Yeah.
absolutely annihilated.
Oh, yeah. Dude, like, I don't understand, like, how I can do that to myself. That mentality that I've had over the past 7 years has caused a lot of issues.
Yeah.
What month was it that I broke up with Taylor?
Oh God.
Wasn't it March or so?
It was March. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was still a little bit cold. It was starting to warm up for once, and sweatshirts were. I was like, yeah, sweatshirt weather.
Yeah.
Yep. I was so excited. I was and then I
Excited.
got that news, and I was like,
Ah.
my friends, no.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's caused issues with that relationship, and also over the past couple of years, it's been causing a lot of stress on me and Lynn, especially this time, like this year. So trying to go through it, clear up my brain a little bit about it, and yeah. So
Yeah.
most everybody doesn't really know. I joined the Marines in 2011. I was 21 years old. Pretty old for joining the military. And went through boot camp and everything over in San Diego. Got out of boot camp and went to comm school in 29 Palms. So yeah, go ahead. Make fun of me for being a fucking pogue. I get it. But while I was at comm school, I ended up rolling my ankle and thought it was a sprain I didn't go get it checked out for 6 months. Ended up being more than a sprain. But when I went to go get it checked out by the medical, they said, oh, yeah, it's just a sprain. I know it's been 6 months, but yeah, you'll come back in a week if it still hurts. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
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 They told me it was a sprain for 5 weeks in a row before I said, fuck you. And decided to just tough it out throughout the next. That was in June of 2012. So from December of 2011, when I actually hurt my ankle, all the way through June of 2012, I was told it was a sprain. I was under the impression it was a sprain, and then I finally gave up on medical. What's that?
Yeah. Medical sucks. They
Dude.
don't know what they're doing half the time.
Absolutely hate it.
Everything I've ever heard, it's like you're kind of SOL.
Yeah,
Just-
basically. Just totally fucked.
Mhm.
Oh, change your socks. Here's some aspirin. Oh, your camera
Yep.
froze.
I know.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, change your socks. Here's some Motrin. Man, that's a good picture. Fuzzy and everything. But so I gave up on medical.
For good reason.
Yeah.
For good
So
reason.
come November of 2012, ended up going to do a combat fitness test over in Cherry Point, North Carolina. Did that. By the end of it, I was sitting there biting my fist. Sergeant Perez, she was a bitch. Like,
Classic female Marine. Yeah, they're bitches for a reason.
like I never had a good impression of her until that day. She looks at me and she's like, "Okay, you're going to medical right now." So she drove me to medical that day, and then they scheduled an MRI because of her recommendation, because she's like, "Yeah, no, this guy's in fucking pain." Yeah, I was. It sucked.
Yeah, yeah. You're lucky somebody outside of medical is just like, hey,
This ain't right. This ain't right.
this guy's goofed. He's
Yeah.
for once. So somebody finally.
Yeah. It only took 11 months from the time of injury till the time I got, notice that, hey, this guy is fucking hurting. It's not.
You're
It
so
might not
lucky you
just be
have
the
that
sprain.
foot.
I know. So ended up going in. Typically it takes a couple months to get an MRI. Luckily, they had an opening like a week or two later. So they took the MRI, did that shit, and realized that I had been running and doing all these fitness tests, combat fitness tests, PFTs. I did at least 2 PFTs on it. Funny story on that. We'll go back to that later, sometime in the future, about combat, or not combat. What's the word? Comm school. That's the word. Completely different from combat.
One of those words.
Yeah,
Words are
comm
hard.
school. So during all that whole time, I was doing all these fucking being a badass Marine, pogue ass Marine, thinking that he's all Billy Badass.
I don't have any problems. Oh, my leg.
Yeah. Drowning all the pain in some booze and shit. Oh God, that was a good time.
I'm in severe pain, but God, am I hammered.
Yeah, to cover up the pain, I would pack my bag full of PBR, because it was $275 a 6-rack, dude.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
Yep.
Oh my God, $275 for a 6-rack of PBR. Pack your bag full of 30, and then just go on a run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Just get
Passing out up on the hills right behind the Hiltons and everything. Whew. Yeah, waking up with a scorpion on your chest. Great times.
good days. The good days.
But found out that I was doing all the exercise, running, and all this other stuff on a ankle that a ligament just wasn't attached. It's fantastic. So skip ahead. Ended up causing a lot more health issues. My leg ended up getting more fucked up. I got diagnosed with quadriceps tendinosis, ITBS, and something else. I don't remember. I try not to think about it. And so I went and got that checked out after I had my surgery on my ankle, and that was June of 2013 when I went and got my knee checked out, because I was finally good enough to start running on my ankle after, December, January, February, March, April of, everything. But
Yeah.
bunch of shit shows.
Getting just absolutely just wrecked ankle.
Yeah, just annihilated. And ended up causing more issues with my leg, like I said, and also ended up fucking up my back pretty good. I got 3 bulging discs in my spine, and what I've just recently found out is issues with my SI joint in my hip. Yeah, so it's causing issues, so I can't sit too long, can't stand too long. I gotta be like up and around, moving around, doing all this other jazz. Yeah, I'm not sitting down right now, so you can see I'm moving around a lot. But
Yeah. Well, probably good.
yeah, probably.
Probably a good thing.
Throughout all of this stuff, going out, joining the Marine Corps, having a plan to stay in there for the rest of your life, and then one day you get in that news. I went and got my knee checked out and got the news that, yeah, guess what? You have 2 options. You can take a medical separation where you get benefits, or you can take an administrative separation. You can be out in 2 weeks. No benefits. So both options were, not the best, coming from a guy who wanted to spend the next 20 years in the Marine Corps. I had it all planned out. I was going to go embassy duty and everything, had all the paperwork filled out, signed an extension just so that I could do that, and then that all got ripped away. And I got that news in December of 2013 that I had those 2 options.
That's a good detail too.
Yeah.
It's a good setup, especially if you get where you want to go. Oh,
Yeah. No, it was
about a
good.
time.
Yeah. I was set to go to school for MSG duty in January of 2014. Less than a month before that, I got that news that I could take admin SEP or medical SEP. Yeah. It's fucked with me ever since.
Yeah, understandably.
So tomorrow, well, probably by the time that people see this today, March 31st was the day that the day of my EAS, end of active service. And yeah, this whole month fucks with me real bad. Realizing that I'm not okay, and it's hard to fucking say.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing for any guy to say, like in general.
Yeah.
Especially in this type of society, and then also having been a part of the Marines, it's just hard for Marines to talk in general.
Yeah.
Because they're all about the pride. It's just it's in the chest.
No matter how pogey you are.
Yeah, I've met many a Marine, not being one myself, but I understand 100%. Just yeah, it's just hard to talk to anybody because everybody's all like, nut up or shut up, don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, that's the unfortunate reality of being a male and this
getting brainwashed.
Society. Yeah, just being brainwashed, saying that you have to be the man. You can't complain, you can't bitch, you can't cry, you can't be anything unless you're sturdy and hard.
Yeah. And so skipping back to the very beginning of this, today it hit me. We were playing video games together. I just fucking left.
Yep.
You didn't know this. JP knew this because I was like, call me. I sat down, and you know how long that conversation was between me and JP.
Yeah, he said he was on a phone call, and I was all like,
yeah,
I think I know what that's about.
Yep. JP is he was actually my sergeant, or one of the sergeants in Alpha Company, I think. Yeah, he was over in Alpha, and I was in Bravo. I ended up working duty with him a couple times. So we built a very good friendship. He was actually my best man at my wedding in October, so it's been a family, you know. We've been keeping up, playing video games and stuff. Today, this whole situation that I've been discussing hit me all at fucking once. And I've been having issues with Lynn because of this. It's March.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest month of the year for me. Yeah. So, ended up just fucking leaving and talking to JP for a while. And then it got me thinking, hey, I know what we need to record today, man. So,
yeah,
it's okay to not be okay. Life fucking kicks your ass. It has me.
Yeah, life does truly kick your ass when you least expect it to.
Absolutely. So 7 years ago, today, I guess, when you see this, or tomorrow, because it's the 30th right now where I'm at, and I got medically separated. I fell through that deep depression right out the bat. Tried going back to school. Depression kicked my ass. 6 years ago, ended up spending all of my money because the way I am is I get happiness from helping people out, and Keelan knows this.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
2015, I ended up spending all of my money getting down to Brazil to teach people English. Got back and was homeless. I lived in a tent in somebody's backyard from August up until October 31st. So by the time that it got too cold for my dog to be outside, that's when I ended up sucking it up and getting my pride and, eating my pride and going and asking somebody for help, saying, hey, I need a place to stay. It's too cold for my dog. It's too cold for me outside.
Yeah. This is in South Dakota at this point.
South Dakota.
It gets really fucking cold.
It's brutal. This was up in Belle Fourche, and in somebody's
Oh, yeah.
backyard in Belle Fourche.
Yeah, Belle Fourche in the Badlands. Yeah, you're.
Yeah. Yeah. It's at the top of the Northern Hills, so it's god, it's
Yeah,
miserable.
Yeah, it's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's miserable. So ended up doing that, going into their house, showering and stuff, trying to stay cleanly, trying to go to school, which being a 25-year-old with a bunch of 18-year-olds didn't really work out.
Everybody's like, "Hey man, give me some booze."
Yeah.
Hey man, do you know people?
And that whole time going to school, I was sitting there in the back, just what the fuck, taking a sip out of my cup. There was fucking whiskey in there. Just sitting in the back, getting drunk all the time on a dry college campus. Pissed off at the world, still sunk in that really, really bad depression. That's when I first started doing stagehand stuff, was in 2014, and then I went to Brazil, quit all that stuff, came back, asked for my job back, and they gave it to me to do the stagehand stuff up at the Grand.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky that they were hurting for people. And then after that, I did stagehand stuff. Then I got promoted to the stagehand supervisor out there. And shit, then what did I do? Then I moved in with a buddy. In Sturgis. And he treated me like shit. Like absolute dog shit, dude. Like, you know how bad I treated Taylor? He treated me worse. What? Say it.
Nothing. It's
Say it.
It just pisses me off. Like, I guess I just come from a home where I'm just so used to helping people. That's what I've always done. It doesn't matter what it was or the circumstance. I'll always go out of my way to help somebody. And then when I hear when people help somebody and then just absolutely just can shit on them the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point of what you did? Like,
I haven't talked to this guy since.
yeah, I wouldn't.
So I was still working up at the Grand, and then all of a sudden, I didn't, and I looked at him and I was like, "Fuck you." April 1st, 2016, I'm out. I was like, I had no plan in the world, none whatsoever, at all. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go be homeless again." It's starting to get warm. I don't care. I've been there recently.
Yeah.
Have you met Sean in real life or in person?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he ended up calling me up randomly out of the blue, March 30th, 31st time frame, and he ended up saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's go hang out." So we ended up hanging out. I drove my, I think it was my beat up Ford Ranger, my Ford freaking Ranger. Ended up driving that to Rapid.
You pick up with the 2 gas tanks there?
No, my Ford Ranger, dude, the green one.
Oh yeah, the Ranger's super small.
Yeah, the tiny ass guy.
I've seen pictures. I haven't actually seen it.
Oh, dude, it was nice. Bought it for $800, and somebody 2 years later, with the wiring system, the wiring harness was all fucked up. He offered to buy it from me for $800. I was like, no,
Deal.
no,
That was a deal.
dude. I looked at him. I was like, absolutely not. I bought it for $800. Like, give me $600. We'll call it a deal. I was like, I'm not gonna make a profit on this.
Cheaper.
But I ended up driving to Rapid, and that night, he's like, "You know what? I'm not gonna let you be homeless. I don't give a shit what my wife says." So we drove back to my house, or to the house that I was staying at up in Sturgis, packed my shit up, and moved it to New Underwood. And so I moved to New Underwood. Didn't have a job. Didn't have anything. He didn't care. He's like, "Yeah, no, stay here as long as you need." Fuck, man. Dealing with all that stuff, that not having a job struck my depression really fucking hard. I was going out for weeks on end trying to get a job, getting told no after you've already been told you're not good enough. That whole medical separation. We're not willing to fix you. We're willing to just say, "You know what? We've had you enough." And
Yeah.
Getting that rejection day after day after day just sank me into an even deeper depression. Then I finally got a job working for Black Hills Works, dude. Working with the special needs. One of the best things I've ever done. Absolutely loved it. It was also miserable, but it was great. You know.
Well, every job has their aspect where they're just like,
Yeah. And dealing with people with special needs, and it varied so drastically. There was one guy who, I'm not going to say his name, but he was one of the hardest workers, but if anybody touched him, he would lose his mind and his day would be shot. So started out with dealing with that type of thing, and that was just mentally and emotionally draining.
Oh yeah.
And then my last day out there was, you know, the end of the tourist season up here. I would take him out to Crazy Horse and do they would clean bathrooms, bus tables, and stuff like that. So they wouldn't get paid like, you know, most special needs get paid in like $3 an hour. Crazy Horse, they actually paid them minimum wage instead of taking advantage of the situation, getting cheap labor.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So
if anybody gets a chance to go out to Crazy Horse, do it. It's a fantastic thing. They are all nonprofit and stuff, so they run off of donations. They have great history for the Native American culture, and it's just fantastic. They care about the people. They care about everyone that goes in there, everyone that works on it and works around it and helps with the special needs around the area. They just love it.
Yeah, I've been there twice, and I plan on going back the next chance I get.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. Next time you come out here and you go, let me know. I want to go out
there.
The
last time I went there, I did the hike.
The Volksmarch?
Hike? Yeah, I did the Volksmarch last time I went out there. Dude, by the time I was done, I was wiped for the whole rest of the day.
Oh, yeah.
God, was it worth it. It was so worth it.
You get to go up on top of the arm. Oh.
Yeah. Dude, that hike takes you through the original route that they used to get to Crazy Horse
when they first started the blasts.
Yeah.
Man,
it's tough. It's hard.
It's what, like 5 miles round trip?
Yeah, and it's going through ups and downs, and just it's a lot harder than you think it would be. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
The one good part was that you actually got to take the short way back, which you got to take the dirt path, like the trucks
road
would take back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have to go back the same way you came, because if you did, I would have lost my freaking mind. 'Cause I was doing this with my mom and my wife and our family friend, and he's older, like he's in his late 60s with a hip replacement, and he made it to the top. He was all like, I just want to give up, and I'm like, dude, no, you can't. You're already you're starting to get to the cusp. Go, just make it,
dude. And that view is phenomenal.
Oh, so good. And plus there was some like good like storm clouds rolling in too.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Oh, so it was like extra awesome.
Yeah,
extra awesome.
So at the end of that season, the tourist season, when I ended up, leaving that job because it was only a seasonal temporary job, still didn't have work. Ended up getting talking to Rob and Joe, and they ended up pulling me on as their lighting tech.
Yeah, DMM. Good old DMM.
I love him. I really do.
Yeah, but as you and I both know, this wasn't always puppies and rainbows, though.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, you got that job, and that job led you to me.
Absolutely. One of my best friends that I'm talking about stuff that is very, very fucking hard to talk about.
Many a night.
Many nights getting drunker than shit over in Sioux Falls. But yeah, that led me to going across the state trying to fill the void, trying to find that next job, doing all this stuff, working at the Grand, working over at the Washington Pavilion over in Sioux Falls, working back in Deadwood, and then driving. That's when I had my F-250.
Yeah, that's when you had the F-250 with 2 gas tanks in it.
2 gas tanks, and if you go over 65, you start getting 2 miles a gallon. That 5 hour drive turns into a 6 or 7 hour drive.
Yeah,
real fast.
Yes. But man, did I zone out on a couple of those drives, man. That was just felt like 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then this leads up to March of 2016, 2017. 2017.
It would be 2017.
Yeah, around March of 2017 when I broke up with Taylor, let my depression get the best of me, and let my depression get the best of me and my drinking. Dude, it was bad. It was real bad.
I remember he tried jumping off the deep end, and I was all like, "No, the fuck you are. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're not jumping off the deep end. Not without me, at least."
And that was when we started drinking, or I started drinking heavily. It affected my career with DMM, and they ended up calling me up on Mother's Day and saying, "Hey, guess what? We don't need you anymore." Yeah, I went off the deep end again because yet again I wasn't good enough.
Yeah, even though that wasn't it at all.
Yeah, but you know, that failure, that loss of another career.
Yeah,
I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. It's hard to get it through that thick skull of yours too.
I know, that's why I'm trying to get it down.
So I took the hair off so you can get it in easier.
Yeah, I know.
Mush it in like some lotion.
Put the lotion on the skin.
Or it gets the hose again.
But yeah, so then ended up going back and hanging out with Sean again. Jobless. Actually, I was hanging out with Sean when I got that call. I was hanging out with him at his brother's house, celebrating Mother's Day with Wendy. Yeah, imagine getting that, because Wendy's like my second mom.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Nope, that was not a good time.
Not a good time.
No, not at all. I tried going off the deep end really, really bad right there. You helped me out during that time. Sean, he made me not go off the deep end right there. He ended up getting me a job at the Pennington County Jail here. You know, I was, going from working gig to gig to, holy shit, I have a Monday through Friday gig. Yeah, that was.
It's got a different vibe to it, man.
Dude,
it really does.
It's
going from knowing, not knowing,
yeah,
to like, okay, I can plan this and this and this and this and this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, not working the 20-hour days. Dude.
Yeah.
Are you having Luke Bryan flashbacks?
Mm-hmm. I am actually. Yep. I am. I was also thinking of Weezer and Panic at the Disco when I had to do that at Houston Speedway. But yeah, those two are the ones that just in my brain, it's just they hold a special place.
Dude, the next episode should be some of the crazy shows that we've worked and crazy things that have happened to the crews.
I think I might be legally bound to not talk about some of those.
You know what? I'm not.
That you are aware of.
Yeah, well, I didn't sign a contract saying I couldn't talk about it.
Don't remember signing any NDAs.
Right? I didn't sign any NDAs. That's good.
I've signed.
But yeah, so you signed one?
One.
And that's for your most recent job?
Actually, two, and they no longer hold. No, part of working stagehand stuff. I've signed
really?
2 in my entire time, and none of them apply anymore, so I can technically talk about them now. So
nice.
I'm all good.
Yeah. So
I'm legal, guys. I'm legal.
Ended up working at the Pennington County Jail for 2 years, and then where I'm at now, I work at a prison. So went from working with a bunch of stoners to working with a bunch of stoners on a different end.
Higher paid stoners.
No, not the coworkers, the inmates.
Oh
yeah,
big brain.
Yeah,
my bad. I'm stinky smooth brain.
So that has also ended up really, really fucking with my brain too at times. One of the inmates, I ended up I used to party with him all the time when I lived in Pierre. I was 18. Yeah, so 13 years ago. We were on.
That's a weird way of sneaking up on you, doesn't it?
Yeah. So 13 years ago, I would party with this dude and do a bunch of stuff that I cannot legally say because I value my career field. And also, a guy that was my roommate when I was 19 living in Spearfish, a roommate is a current inmate where I work. Yeah.
Isn't that the one you had to make him check himself before he wrecked himself?
No. This one was actually a good buddy. It was the other two roommates. Other two roommates at the same time that I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of my house. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They treated me like shit when I was just out of the Marines. But yeah, no, and seeing people that you knew in the past really, really fucks with you. And knowing that, hey, I could have been right in his shoes. But that one fucking choice that I made to step away from it changes everything. But still, seeing that and seeing the failure, like, hey, I could have helped that. I'm still not good enough. Fucks with you.
Yeah, there's always a way that your brain will just flip everything around on you to make it seem, especially again, the whole male mentality. We're fixers. We like to fix things.
Yeah.
It's if we can't fix it, then there's a problem, and if I can't fix it, then I must be the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can end up flipping it on yourself, which again is
fucks with you real bad.
Real bad.
Oh, real bad.
Real bad.
And so that when I first got the job over at the prison, that mentality was it fucked with me real good.
Alive and well.
Yep. Oh, very well. Yeah, and then skipping forward, I was only a CO there for 11 months. And then I got a promotion to a unit coordinator's position where now I deal with more of the PR side of things, the morale of the inmates and stuff like that, and trying to make sure that everything is going smoothly with the community service and the cleanliness of the facility, making sure that these guys have a good solid head on their shoulders. And right now, all you ever really see is, because also on top of all of that stuff, I deal with the disciplinary. So the small disciplinary stuff, like, come on, man, why are you smoking inside the building again? You know, tobacco products are a no-go here in South Dakota for the state penitentiary and anything like that. So seeing people just stay in their ways and failing, and it wears on you. So only seeing the bad, you know, I see the child molesters, I see the kiddie porn guys, and I see the guys who got in a bar fight and killed their best friend. Yeah, I see all of that, and that's what I see, and it kind of wears you down. And then having all of that stuff hit in March and never really fully clearing my head of it, which this is what I'm trying to do, is get it all out there and, you know, talk to you because you're one of my best friends, dude. And hopefully I can get my mentality straight to be able to deal with this and help these people better their lives. Being able to help them up, set them up for success. And seeing just the bad is really hard, especially around this time of year with me, when my own mentality of you're not good enough hits. So, yeah, that's basically everything that I want to talk about, man. Trying to remind myself that, hey, we are good enough. Going from living in a fucking tent 6 years ago to...
You own a house now.
I own a 4,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
In 6 years. Dude, in 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you go?
It's my magic act, bro.
But yeah, going 6 years. 6 years, dude, and I still have the mentality of you're not good enough.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate process. It's one of those things where you gotta learn to live with it. And I mean, I think everybody goes through, or at least everybody that I've ever known goes through the mentality, and even myself, where it's you just constantly are beating up on yourself, constantly, and you just don't want to leave. It's almost like you don't want to leave. It's like you've developed it's almost like you need it.
Yeah.
To a point, especially when it's been something like for so long. It's like it's just ingrained into your psyche at this point. Like during this time of the year, boom, no, I'm not taking anything. Everything sucks. No. Yeah. And it's a step every day, just trying to walk.
Take that one little step, and that's what this is that one. Well, getting everything out there in the open.
Yeah.
And hopefully this can help somebody.
Yeah.
Whether it's giving them a smile because they can make fun of me or whatever. Or if they seem like they're going through something similar, maybe not exactly, but there is light at the end of that tunnel, man.
Yes,
You just got to be able to see it. And talking about it really does help. This has helped me immensely.
It's good. That's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Not doing this for anybody else, but you and me, letting you dig a little bit deeper into my psyche and letting you know, hey, I trust you with everything.
Hey, man, you might think it's gross, but it's something everybody deals with.
Yeah. But, well, I better go up and spend time with my wife. You know, finally got back on talking terms. I talked to her for a little while right after that conversation that I had with JP.
That's probably good.
Yeah, and it all stems back down to 7 years ago today. Well, tomorrow, but trying to get my mentality right. So thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Anybody else who's watching, I appreciate you guys sticking around, chatting. Leave a comment down below if you want to hear some funny stories about, Marine Corps times, drinking times, stagehand times. That was a fun, what, 4 years?
Yeah,
I did it.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. Let us know what you want to talk about. If you want us to have more heart-to-heart stuff like this, getting stuff off of our heads. If you want to come stop by and vent, feel free.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Keelan, for being there for me throughout all of this. Being there at my wedding, helping out with that whole live stream because COVID bullshit.
Of course. Couldn't miss the opportunity.
Yeah. Thanks for being family. All right, man. I'm going to end the recording. Hope everyone has a great day.